The other things you will need, for sure, ruler comes in handy. Step mandrels, we'll need these for when we're shaping our wire. You'll have a nylon jaw plier. This isn't really necessary, but it comes in handy. For beginners, usually you're rough on your wire, and oftentimes you can scratch your wire. If you've been in kind of 90-degree angles or harsh bends, you'll use this to prevent marring your wire as well. And then we have this. This is actually called a 6-step looping plier. I use this instead of a bell making plier simply because it gives me 6 different options for making the loop at the top of my pendant. You will also need quilter's tape. All it is, it's pretty much thin masking tape. If you didn't have this, you could take masking tape and cut thin strips out of it. We'll go over that a little more later. You'll need a fine tip marker. This happens to be a Sharpie. You can mark it any way you want so that people know it's yours and they don't end up getting stolen. What we're doing is we're going to use this quilter's tape. We're going to pull off pieces and tear or cut them, whatever works for you. I usually just tear them because it's easy enough. And you're going to have to decide how you want your pendants to wrap. I'm actually going to wrap both these pendants into one pendant, and I pretty much want them to set like this. So what I'll do is I'll take this masking tape and apply it around the edges. Carefully and gently until eventually they reach roughly where you want the top to be, like this. So there would be one. Now I need to do the same for the other pendant above. Once again, tear it off, wrap it around. If your stone has some sort of a beveled edge, it makes it a lot easier, but you'll realize this is not the hard part. After you're done with that, you lay them there like that. You'll take your fine tip Sharpie, and where the tape meets, you will mark on both sides as such. And obviously you see mine's not perfect, doesn't really need to be for this first time. Okay, from there, we'll pull out your handy ruler, and we will need to take this off and measure this. What we're doing is we're getting the measurement of the outside of our stone so that we know how much wire to cut. And then I like to use inches because I was born in America and fortunately they don't teach you the metric system, but if the metric system works, go ahead and have at that. After we get our measurements, we will start cutting our wire.